Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic. Well, I was finally able to get my hands on another one of the Transformers Combiner Wars Stunticons. So for this week we're going to be taking a look at Dragstrip. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this guy. Alright, so here we have Dragstrip out of the box. Now I will admit that he's probably not my favorite out of the Stunticons, however I really appreciate what they did with this action figure. Yeah, I will say, this color red and yellow just don't really appeal to me all that much. However, this guy has a ton of articulation, I really do appreciate that. His head can move side to side and there's a little bit of up and down movement, but that's about it. His shoulders, however, have a really nice tight ball joint, which means that I am a little worried that that's going to wear down over time if I pose him too much, but I'm not too worried because I think I'm going to mostly be keeping these guys in their transformed combined state. There's a nice bicep swivel right here, and a nice elbow articulation right here. You can move up and down. You can kind of move his wrists in a little bit, but that's more part of his transformation. His hips can also rotate, and he has a nice ankle, hip rotation right here, a nice ball joint right here, and you can swivel it around. And then there's a nice knee articulation, meaning that you can get this guy in some nice crouching poses if you really wanted to. It's going to be kind of nice to see all these guys kind of in different poses all together in one team. Now, my major nitpick with this character is not so much on him, but more with his weapon, his actual sword right here. A lot of the Stunticons have these sword or club weapons or axes that can also kind of double as guns. You can see it fits in his hand right here and acts as a sword very well. However, for this other peg right here to act as a gun, it doesn't fit in there all that well, and it just looks a little bit, it kind of fits in there, but it just looks a little bit weird. If this wasn't, this peg on the back wasn't here, you could actually fit the gun in a lot more, or if this was at more of a straight angle, that'd be a little bit better. There's another problem that comes with his transformation, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Anyways, how you transform this guy is you move his head back around like this, and then you can pop this part back, flip it around, and flip it up, and that's the top of his car. Now you can also flip his legs around, and you can actually just put his legs together. You can see there's these little pins that poke in together right there. And then just slide his legs on up. I'm hoping I'm getting this right, yeah. And then you just move his, oh, forgot, you gotta slide his hands in. And then just slide his arms down. And there you have him in his actual Dragstrip racing mode. And he does roll pretty well if you get all the wheels to line up on the ground very well. This table's probably not the best, not all wheels are touching, but he rolls pretty well. Now you have two holes right here on his shoulders. I guess that's to put one of his weapons, and this is where I have the problem, is because this is at an odd angle. That blade just sticks out really, really far. I would have liked it if it lined up a little bit more flush right there. Yeah, that's just one little thing that I think is kind of a little bit of a disappointment. Now, they do come with the little foot slash stand slash hand slash weapon that they have. I'm not really sure what this weapon is. It almost looks like it's some sort of laser with the rifle here, and he can hold it. It does look like a really big gun. I should have had that actually in his hand. However, I do like the fact that they have a little hole right here, and you can actually just attach this right on the top of it right here. And it's something I like with a lot of the newer Transformers, how the extra accessories can actually be attached to the actual alt mode so that you don't lose them. It was something that always kind of bugged me with the original Combiners, that the feet or the head, that's something that you just kind of had those off in a pile by themselves, and that always got lost. Sadly, a lot of the other Combiners don't really, they kind of fall back into that trope or situation with some of these new guys. Anyways, without that, let's try moving on to his foot mode. Alright, so let's transform this guy into his leg mode of Menasor. Now, it's very, very simple. All you have to do is pull this part back like you're almost going to transform him back into robot mode. Pull his head back over here. That can sometimes get caught in here. You just flip this around, flip it up, pop that in that little peg right there, and then you just push his head back. After that, you just It's going to be a little hard to get this out because, there you go. Just flip this little socket joint around, take his little stand right here, and then put it on the little peg right in here. And there you go. He's now in his foot mode. I will say that I'm probably not going to keep him in this because of working these guys around. I have a particular order that I think works best for Menasor. So let's actually take him into his arm mode right now. Now, to transform him into his arm mode is a little bit more complicated than the leg one. Alright, you just pull his front back like this, just like you're going to transform him into his robot mode. Still put the head back like this. You can move this forward, however you're going to leave it at a 90-degree angle so it can fit right in the socket. You're still going to pull his arms out because they go actually in a particular position. Got to pull this out. And then you can slide his legs down without, pull them apart right here so they untab. I should have said that. And then pull his legs down like that, and that's pretty much about it for his legs. You're going to move his arms around, and you can see that there's these little tiny grooves right in here. You're going to try to get those little corners right in there. Flip his arms around and then move them up like this. Okay, move that around and get that right in there. Okay, there we go. Then all you have to do is take his foot mode or base right here, flip the hands out, flip this forward, and whichever arm you want this to be, whether it be the left arm or the right arm, just move the thumb up in that direction. I think I'm going to make him the right arm, or his right, and then just place it right back here in the bottom peg like that, and that's him in his arm mode. I will say that I actually prefer him being in arm mode, and I have some reasons for that when I get into the Menasor review. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a design flaws when it comes to some of the other guys, but you'll see that anyways. Anyways, this has been a look at Transformers Combiner Wars Dragstrip. I hope you enjoy it, and if you guys like these guys, feel free to hunt them down and try to collect them.
Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Any advice for the show will be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.